How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Play a couple hours of stream. Tomorrow, send that up. Tomorrow, so sure to leave a little early. What's up, map guy? How you doing? What's going on with you? About halfway. I think about halfway right now. Ew.
I'm on it. Let's go!
Leave it to me.
Yeah, it's pretty long. How many times have I died? Oh, probably like 20 times already.
Leave it to me.
It's easy to die in this mode.
My body feels lighter. You should be able to jump higher than normal. Go ahead and try it. See something?
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Leave it to me. Eat this.
Leave it to me.
Not really. I'm just looking for stuff.
See something?
Trying to 100% everything.
go! I'll feel this in the morning. Eat that! Eat that! Eat that!
I want 100% it on this difficulty. I've already 100% of this game before. I just want to do it on this difficulty. Yeah, like I said, I've 100%ed it before. On this difficulty, it's hard though. But I like the game a lot. That's why I'm doing this. This is my third time playing. This is my third time playing through it. This is like one of my favorite RPGs. I usually don't play games that many times through.
Yeah, leave it to me.
Yeah, Rakota. Yeah, Rakota is one of the girls. Yes, she's named after a cheese. It's a little girl. She's super cute. She's like one of my favorite characters. I love her moveset too. Her English voice actor is really good too. I've already mastered her though, so I'm using other characters. I don't know. That's what the developer called her. I don't know why they chose that name for her. That's a developer reasoning. One thing I can think of is one, her eyes are yellow. I don't think that's, I just think that's probably just what the developers came up with. Like, let's call her Rakota. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cute name. I think it's a cute name for her.
See something. See something.
Her and Donna are my favorites, and then Loxia. Let's hit that button on accident. I'd say would change the button combination for that move. It does seem to happen to me a lot. You hit L and R together, it makes you do the super. And you alternate between those a lot because it's run and dodge.
This is where our history was studied. crumbling of Eternia. Are you interested in any sort of subject at all? Oh, that's a silly question for me to ask.
Yeah. Leave it to me. Eat that. Leave it to me.
It is parrying. Flash guard is parrying. That's not blocking, it's parrying. It's the same as third strike. You tap a button instead of forward. There's no blocking in this. There's no blocking in this game. You have to parry. Parry and dodge. Yeah, there's no holding a button to block attacks. You have to time your parry. If you don't time it right, you just die. Well, in this mode you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really. Hey. You have to be really good for me to like them. I like engaging battle systems where I'm constantly. I have to be constantly engaged. Otherwise, I won't get all vested in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, see how I don't parry correctly? I just completely miss. The window's strict on some attacks. Like some attacks are not bad windows. But there's some attacks if you don't parry at the right frame, you won't parry and then you'll just die. So the game punishes you for spamming parry. You have to learn every single enemy's attacks to parry good. Which I'm fine with. You know, if the game punishes you for spamming, I'm totally fine. I don't like spamming. I like timing my attacks. And you're just brainless button mashing. That gets stupid. I like when you actually have to, you know, time your parries. But yeah, turn-based RPGs just don't really interest me. Like, there's only a couple I like. I just feel like a lot of time with turn-based RPGs, you just wait too much. It's just a lot of waiting. And you're like, I want to do something. I don't want to just sit here and do nothing. Especially when the battles aren't very interesting. Hard. Play this on hard. Inferno is not intended. I still think it's worth playing, but that's just me. But everybody has a different opinion. I know a lot of people that find action RPGs really boring because they feel that they're mindless. I'm like, I don't think so. Action RPGs can be very skillful. It's just there's a lot of action RPGs that are very boring. Again, I tell you, I really hate those supers on guard and dash button. I really hate that. I do it so often.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of attacks in this game I have trouble parrying just because of the window is so weird.
Still go!
Leave it to me!
Yeah, if you want to play it in an enjoyable difficulty, play it on hard. Hard's really enjoyable. But if you want a bit more of a challenge, play it on Inferno. But do realize you're gonna die a lot on this difficulty. But it is fun when you get good at it. I always did enjoy pairing mechanics in fighting games. So doing it in an action RPG is even more awesome. You don't see these kind of mechanics in an action RPG. Usually it's just, you know, just dodge attacks. You know, there's no special dodge. You just get out of the way. That's basically all it is.
Leave it to me! Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
You also level really slow in this game. You have to grind quite a bit to get levels, but levels at this difficulty don't matter a lot. It doesn't help you very much.
can I help you today? Is that it? How can I help you today? All right.
The whole thing's up.
See something? See something?
How to get to the Weathervane Hills. I think I had to get there. Quest area, I think.
Let's go! Yeah. Leave it to me! It's the perfect spot for checking which way the wind's blowing.
See something.
Something's here. Is this?
The stream in the village must flow from this water source. Look how clear it is. Right there!
Oh, you asked me what difficulty you should play this at for your first playthrough? The intended is hard. I think hard is a good difficulty. It's still fun, it's still challenging. I enjoyed my first playthrough on hard. And I kept getting better and better at the game, and then I realized, like, oh, okay, hard's not too hard. Nightmare, I feel, is a little extreme. I feel like there needs to be a difficulty between Nightmare and hard. It needs to be something in between. I think it'd be perfect. But yeah, if you had a choice between playing a single difficulty, yeah, definitely hard. Every game I've played in this series has always felt really good on hard. But the earlier games on hard are much harder, but they're still really satisfying. The game feels good when you beat it. And there's like so many secrets in this game, so many side quests. There's lots to do. Yeah, Inferno's the hardest. Yeah, Inferno's a lot more harder than Nightmare. Yeah, I understand. I like video games and like I like playing on hard difficulties. And I don't mind losing as long as I enjoy the game. Now, if the game is hard and it's not fun, I mean, I'm not going to play it. This game's fun, that's why I choose to play it on this difficulty. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it. Dark Souls. I think, like, you know, you make a really valid question. Yeah, like, when you make something where it's just the monster just, let's say, for example, the monster just does one attack. And you just dodge the one attack. But he takes 30 minutes to kill. So, like, the obstacle itself is really fucking easy. But the attack, you know, but the attack pattern is, you know, really, really easy, but it's just, it preys on your patience, because you're just like, okay, I just gotta, you know, dodge this one attack 1,000 times before I can kill him. Like, to me, that's not a good way to make something hard. If you're gonna make something hard where it's a long fight, you gotta make it more varied than that. You know, where it's like, oh man, there's so much going on. It's really busy. It's really... I mean, yeah, granted, in a stretched out fight, I don't consider that engaging.
See something.
You don't want to make the fight too long, because then it just drags. Or it's not fun. Because you're just repeating, you know, one thing over and over and over. Especially, there's a lot of games I know people play games like that. Oh, it's hard because you have to fight the fight so long. The fight itself is actually piss easy. It's just you have to do it for, you know, a long period of time. So people's like, oh man, it's so hard. I'm like, it's not really that hard. It's just long. I'd rather the fight be like a third of the length, but have a lot going on. Where there's a lot of, you know, a lot of mechanics going on, you know, like several different attack patterns. That's why I like, you know, games like Rabby Ribby. The fights are long, but there's a lot going on. Like, you can't, it's not like a Mega Man fight where he's gonna do one or two attacks and you just gotta do this for 10 minutes straight. No, it's like, this character is gonna do like 30 different attacks that are all completely random, and the fight's gonna take you like 20 minutes. So that's hard, because you're constantly having to adjust your strategy. You can't just, it's not memorization, like in the sense of, oh, it's just a scripted single pattern, I just gotta do it perfectly each time. You actually have to adjust, because each fight is different, because the enemy might not do the pattern in the order that you're expecting it. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna do it in this way. So you have to really know the enemy's attacks to understand how to dodge them. That's one thing I don't see a lot of games do, where the enemy patterns mix up. They usually just one set rotation, and usually it's like one or two attacks, maybe three. I mean, Mega Man's like that. It's just the enemy like jumps a couple times, does an attack, does a jump, and then does another attack, and then it repeats the process. And then when you get him low on life, he does a special attack. From those two patterns now becomes three. I'm like, okay, I guess it's kind of engaging. You know, it's not too much. But then I played a game like I said, Rabby Ribby, with like 20 to 30 attack patterns on average per enemy. You know, even this game has some RNG for attack patterns. You'll fight a boss that does like 5 different moves, or up to even 10 different moves. But he's doing them all... He's doing them in all a different order. Like, even like when you saw me fight that one boss, see how he wasn't consistently doing the same rotation, like he was mixing his attacks up? It's like, I'm gonna do this fireball move, then I'm gonna do this punch move, then I'm gonna do the punch move again, then I'm gonna go back to the fireball move, then the fireball move, then I'm gonna do this tackle move, and it's like, okay, so you really have to watch what the enemy's doing, because he's not super freaking scripted to do one thing, you know. You have to watch you have to know all his tools. Which I think a lot of people wouldn't do that, because it's that's too hard, because there's too much going on. I was like, well, that's the challenge, you know. You have to adjust to the situation. That's why, like, here's a perfect example with Final Fantasy XI. when you fight hard bosses in that game. Enemies in that game, for the most part, do not have scripted patterns all the time. There's some that do, but the enemy's gonna do whatever fucking attack it wants at any point in time. So you're constantly having to watch animations or watch the text bar to see, okay, he's gonna do this attack. I know it hits this way. I need to do this. And the thing is, you don't know he's gonna do that attack. He might not do it. He might do it 2, 3, 4 times in a row. You just don't know. You know, that's what makes it hard, because you can't just go, oh, like where Final Fantasy XIV, all the attack patterns are scripted. It always does the same attack pattern in the exact same order every single fucking time. So that's the bosses too. They have different attack patterns, but they always do the rotation in the exact same order. So it's just a matter of just memorization. So you're just, okay, I know exactly the attack pattern. I know it's gonna do 1, 2, 3. It's always gonna do 1, 2, 3. So I know to always do 1, 2, 3. Granted, I mean, it does take a little bit of skill because you have to memorize. But when it's completely random, when you cannot follow a script pattern, that makes it hard. Because now you don't know what's going to come out. You have to go based on cues to know when to do you know, he's going to throw out pattern number 10. You know, okay, I got solution 10. Okay, now he's doing pattern 7. Okay, now I got to adjust to pattern 7. And most people, I don't think, are capable of doing that because it's just too much going on. I think most people would be like, okay, that's just too much. And I don't see many people play games like that because the ran too much RNG. It's too unpredictable. I find those games more fascinating though. I think there's more challenge in that. That makes games more interesting because the fact that you cannot predict exactly what the enemy is gonna do. It's all based on good judgment. You know, good judgment and good reactions. That's why a game like this is fun, because granted most of the enemies are scripted, which I wish they would change that. I hate the fact the enemies only have 2. Every single enemy in this game that's normal only has 2 attacks. Every single enemy. I kind of wish they would deviate the enemy attack patterns a little bit more. Make them more random. Make them have a few more. Like 3 or 4 attacks, and then they're all random. I think that would make the game a lot more challenging. Even though it's, you know, fairly challenging already. But the bosses, you know, have a shit ton of attack patterns, so. But I feel that the regular enemies need a little work. That's just me. But yeah, Dark Souls is... I don't find those fun. Like, Dark Souls is boring to me. The other reason why I don't like Dark Souls because it's slow. You like them. You're not the only one that map. I know other people tell me the same thing. Like, oh, I just like hearing you rant. You like hearing... No, I think they like me just tearing apart a popular game and just totally shitting on it. And then people are like, what the fuck? Why does he talk shit about all the mainstream games that everybody thinks is good? And I'm like, well, yeah, because they're not that good. People just play them because they're popular. Everybody thinks Dark Souls is the greatest because it's Dark Souls. You know, same thing with everybody thinks Street Fighter is the best fighting game, or Final Fantasy 15 is the best RPG, or, you know, it's typical. We're gonna say whatever the majority says is good, we're gonna all say it's good because the majority says it's good, even though it doesn't mean it's good. And then I play a game like this, and people like either say one, what the fuck is this game, or oh, this game looks stupid. I will say a lot of people tend to like games that are obviously slower paced, and very what's the word? Traditional. You ever notice like look at the way you move in this game. Like, it's ridiculous how you move in this game. This game is like, you know, it's fucking just insane how you move. I mean, you move like Sonic the Hedgehog. You're just hell. You move faster than Sonic the Hedgehog. Even Sonic doesn't turn like this, you know. But it's just he's just fucking all over the place, and it's just like what the fuck. And people just look at that and say, "This looks so goofy," because it's so over the top. And I think that's a turnoff to a lot of people because it's not traditional, where they want to see something where it's like, you know, really slow like this, like she's moving now. People want to play something like this, really slow, very like whoa, you know. They like because it's familiar, it's what they're used to. So when they go see into like I can just do whatever the fuck I want. People just look at that and honestly get intimidated. They really do. Like I really believe they look at it and say, "Oh God, this is too much," and they just get scared. So they don't want to play it. I have not. I'll be honest. I've recommended this game to a few people, and I have only had one person come up to me and say, "Dude, this game is one of the greatest games I've ever played." Like, nobody else has even dared to venture into this game. Like, I haven't had a single person tell me they've even tried it, or even wanted to try it. And I look at some of the games people play, and I was like, well, you're playing Final Fantasy, 13, or, they like the old school, like, turn-based games. We were talking about that earlier. You asked me if I like turn-based RPGs, and I'm like, turn-based RPGs, I feel, are not very engaging a lot of the times. Because a lot of times the enemies are very... It's just... A lot of the enemy design is not very engaging. So you just kind of like, okay, I just do this rotation on every single enemy, and you just do the same thing. And you're just basically, since you know what's going to happen, you know the order you have to do your moves. You end up spending more time waiting than you do playing. Like, I want to play. Granted, you do that too in this game, where you do a lot of the same thing on certain enemies. But I'm playing. There's the difference is I'm playing the game. I'm doing this. This isn't me hitting a button, waiting 10 seconds to take my turn, and then I get my turn. Now this game lets you, I'm engaged in what I'm doing. Everything you're seeing here is I'm doing it. I can, I'm making her move like crazy and sporadic. I'm executing my parry, my dodging, my attacks, my EX moves, I'm doing this. I'm in control. Can't do that with a turn-based game. Turn-based game is you assign the action, you wait. But yeah, as far as like turn-based games, the only good one I like, yeah, I mean, honestly, what matters more than anything, and then no one's gonna disagree with it. But regardless, whether if my opinions are right or wrong, or what type of game it is, it's are you having fun? That's the main goal. That's why you play video games, because you want to have fun. And someone's definition of fun is not the same as mine. Someone else's. My definition of fun is completely different from somebody else's, which is fine. Some people find turn-based RPGs extremely good, extremely satisfying. Like today at work, a couple of my coworkers were just fanboying out over Persona 5. And granted, I do love the Persona 5 universe. Persona has great character design, awesome music. It's got a good story, awesome character development, good voice acting. It's got everything except one thing I don't like about it, and you're probably going to realize what the one thing is. I don't find the combat very interesting, because it's pretty traditional. There's not a lot of variety in the combat. The only time the combat gets interesting is when you're fighting bosses. Bosses are actually a little bit interesting because you have to fight them in a more untraditional way. Whether it have to, exploiting a mechanic or, going to a certain part of the arena. Say, hey, do this to make this interact with the boss, to make him lose his ability or whatnot. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Makes the fight more engaging. Because it gets outside of the monotony of the normal fighting, which I find boring as hell. Persona's fight system is boring to me. Because I know how the system works. I know what the whole base of the system is. It's exploit a mechanic that gives you additional turns, and you do it on every enemy. Because if you can lock the enemy from having turns, you can't lose. So basically, it's a weakness system. Granted, there's a lot of different weaknesses, which is cool, but they all do the same thing. So it's like, okay, electricity works on this enemy. Okay, if I use electricity on the enemy, he's going to get locked out of his turn. I get another turn. So, oh, this enemy's weak to ice. You use ice. Hey, guess what? I get another turn. You just keep doing that over and over and over and over. I mean, you think about it, that's not very strategic. It's really cookie cutter. It's boring. And on top of that, it's grindy. So not only are you making me do something that's not very engaging, you're making me do a lot of it. So that makes me, the only reason I go through the game is because I like the story. The story and the characters make me go, okay, I will play this. I'm not going to play it on a hard difficulty because that's the whole reason I quit Persona 5. Is because the difficulty, I put it on what's it called? Not hard. Not Nightmare. The one, what was it called? I forgot what the hardest difficulty in Persona 5. It's a downloadable DLC that's free. I forgot what it's called, but it's basically the Inferno of that game. Anyway, I put it on that difficulty. Holy shit, was that a mistake? It made me quit the game. I got so sick of the grinding. I was like, holy shit, do you have to grind? I was on the 3rd chapter at like 30 hours. I'm like, oh my god. I would sit in the damn dungeon because you had to be a certain level to be able to tackle the bosses, and the leveling was so unrewarding because you got penalized. Using higher difficulties, they cut your EXP by like to 1/3 of what you normally get. Like, oh god, instead of killing 20 enemies for the one level, you gotta kill 60. So, you can imagine I'm just like, oh my god. And then these enemies can kill you in one hit if they get their initiative. You're dead. It's almost guaranteed death. So you have to make sure you always have first initiative, exploit weakness. There's basically every enemy. You get initiative, exploit weakness. All the time. And that's all you do. And then you run to the save point after you do enough so you don't lose that progress because you're probably going to die one of these times because of an accidental oops. But that's really what I did in Persona 5. I kept grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. And I was like, oh my god, this isn't fun. This is not fun. I stopped at the 3rd boss. I beat the 3rd boss. Like, I'm done. But I just uninstalled the game. I can't do this. This shit is so boring. It's not even, it's like, I like hard games, but you gotta make the hard fun. That's the thing. That's what was missing. I wasn't having fun. Because I wasn't enjoying the combat. And the combat is, I think, the weakest part of that game. Is the combat's not fun. It's not interesting. It's not engaging. I'm just doing a lot of it because it's boring filler. When you're playing an RPG, the thing you do the most is fight. You fight enemies. That needs to be the most fun because you do it the most. You can't, if it's gonna be monotonous, at least make it really fun. But Persona 5's not fun. Even Persona 4, you know, even though as classic a game it is and it has lovely, you know, awesome characters and everything, it's just it's the same thing, you know. It's got the same problem Persona 5 does. You know what I heard, and this is what my friend told me. He said he did some research. Persona 5 was actually not supposed to be a turn-based RPG. Said it was supposed to be an action RPG. I said, dude, if Persona 5 was like Ys or like, you know, something, not like crazy like this, but if Persona 5 was more like this, but oh my god, you can imagine how much more I'd enjoy it? How much more interesting it would be? Like, I seriously like to see an action-based Persona. I think that would be a very interesting take on it. I'm like, dude, let's mix it up a little bit. Because I personally think action RPGs are just overall more engaging. Because the player has to pay attention more. The player is in control. The player has to do everything. I want to play, I need to focus on what I'm doing. That makes me, especially when it's fun, I'm immersed in the game. Whereas a turn-based game, not as much. Unless it has a really good combat system, which most of them don't. Oh, shit. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Persona 5 is very overhyped. I personally think it gets too much credit for its combat system. Everything else is fine. Just the combat needs to be more engaging. It's just not fun. And I'll take a slightly worse story for get a better gameplay, to be honest. Slightly worse story for better gameplay, to me, is worth the trade. Oh yeah, as far as like mechanics, I understand what makes things engaging in games, especially with fighting games. I feel a lot of fighting games now are just they're so formulaic. They're so um you know, they all do the same thing. They all very cookie cutter. There's no creativity, no. And the creativity is very important in fighting games. You need to be able to have an identity when you play a fighting game. You need to be able to express yourself. And I feel when you take that away and make everybody conform to one standard, you've lost your creative identity. You can't make an identity because there's only, one way to play. You have to play the way it's intended. So that's why you see a lot of fighting games where everybody plays the same way, because that's the way to play. It's so formulaic and so streamlined. It's not interesting. That's why I don't like Cross Tag Battle. Because Cross Tag Battle, granted, it has awesome characters and good music and, beautiful graphics. It's got everything else right. But the gameplay itself is just mediocre. Yeah, I don't usually replay games that much. I replay stuff that I really, really enjoy. And I only do that with a few games. There's not many games that hit that mark for that level of enjoyment where I can really sit down and play it and go, damn, I want to play that again. Usually I have to take a break. Like, if I play this, I'm not going to play it again probably for a while. You know, I'm getting myself hyped for Ys 9. That's why I want to play this. But yeah, even Metroidvanias, you know, if they're good Metroidvanias, I'll play through them 2, 3 times. Ravi Rivi, I played through like 5 times. I beat that game 5 fucking times. I don't know, that's crazy for me. I just enjoy beating that game. Like, I've beaten it so many times, but it's so satisfying to, you know, be good at and just appreciating the game how great it is. And then it's also, it's a good game when people watch you play and they're getting excited watching you play because they realize, like, oh man, this game looks nuts, or oh man, this game looks hard, it looks intense. You know, there's so much going on. But then you see other games where it's just not very interesting to watch because it's like, oh, yay, it's the same shit that you see everybody do. Yeah, Lunar Nights I've beaten 3 times too as well. I'm waiting for the DLC update. I'm gonna beat it again. Toho is really good. I can't wait for the new Toho with Suika. That one's gonna be fun. Yeah, but I agree with you, man. A lot of games just they don't have really good replayability. They're just mediocre games that you beat them. They're one and done. See, there's a lot of one and dones. Like, I'll play games, and well, it might be a decent game, but I have no desire to replay it again. There's a lot of games that I do that with. Let me save this. Then we'll talk for a bit before we go to sleep. Give me a second. There, I can focus talking to you instead of playing. I was just playing to get sleepy. I'll probably play this in the morning when I wake up. But yeah, I mean, look at all the games. Like, for example, look how many games I have in my library. I have like 500, I think. Okay, I got 1,000. Apparently, I have 1,000 games in my library. I don't know how I have 1,000, but I have 1,000 for some reason. But I don't know when I got 1,000, but I have 1,000. I share games with people, so. But I have a lot of games. And if you look at my activity, like of what I play, let's see, profile, recently played, like all of my games, and I'll show you which ones I play a lot. So games that I have high replayability, like to me, is Rabby Ribby's one, Guilty Gear definitely, Tekken 7, yes, Cross Tab Battle we don't count that because I don't know why I was forcing myself to like this game and I couldn't do it. Crosscode definitely, I can play this again for sure. This was enjoyable. You can usually tell which games I have a fondness for. Hat in Time had a lot of replayability, especially with the hard mode. Hard mode was insane, but it was so good. Let's see. Nitro Plus was good. Bloodstain was great. Doom was amazing. Resident Evil 2 was good for 2 playthroughs. After that, I got kind of bored of it because it's scripted. You know what to do, so you're like, okay, I beat this game twice. I don't need to beat it again. Million Arthur's amazing. Grandia's fun as shit. Shantae's fun but too easy. Ease, of course, is amazing. Beat this twice. I beat this twice. Onirism is not finished, but I love this game. Takeover I've beaten like 4 times. Zombie Army I've beaten twice. Let's see. finished this. Hollow Knight I beat. I do want to play this again. E7 I beat. Resident Evil beat once. Rise of Tomb Raider beat once. Once. Tried to do twice. Couldn't do it. Because it doesn't really change much on the second playthrough. Amnesia beaten twice. Mushihime Sama, I play this a lot, multiple times. Sonic Mania beaten 3 times. Total Little Knights 3 times. Freedom Planet 3 times. Layers of Fear twice. Let's see. Momodora, I think 2 times. Shantae once. Ori twice. Let's see. Bloodstain once. Multiple times. Cuphead, while it was a good-looking game, I didn't find it too challenging. I didn't find it too engaging. Like, it's okay. It's just one of those things of, I've played better platformers, but it's not a bad platform. It's a decent platform. But that's a perfect example of people saying, oh my god, Cuphead is the hardest fucking platformer I ever played. I'm like, not really. I've played way harder. It's hard, but it's not that hard. People, I think, exaggerate games being hard. See, people think Mega Man 2 is insanely hard. Like, harder than any other platform. I'm like, no, it's not. It's hard, but it's not that hard. I've played games that are vastly harder than that. But yeah, I think people exaggerate. Well, I hope so. Like, I'm scared about the math guy, about Guilty Gear 2020, because I don't mind auto combos if they're a option. If you make auto combos the entire game, it gets boring. That's the difference between like Million Arthur Arcana Blood and Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Like, you look at Cross Tag Battle, like, Arcana Blood, I'm biased towards it, so I love this game. This game is super fun. Super fun. It's got a lot of creativity. Like, you have a lot of creative freedom in this game to do what you want. And that's what makes it interesting, because you're just like, oh man, you could do all these cool things. So I have a lot of expression when I play this. Like, I can do my own things. I can do my own setups, my own combos. I play the way I want to play. So that's always a big plus for me. But the auto combo system is not something where the entire game is based around it. It's just, it is an option select. So I don't mind it being an option select, like you can do it, you go, hey, it's there, but it's not the dominant thing. Whereas in Cross Tag Battle, it is the dominant thing because the entire game is based around it. So this game has limited functionality because your whole tool set is so basic. So you don't have you can't be very creative. You have to follow the structure because the whole game is based around auto combos. That's why the game, I think, is terrible, because you can't do your own thing. The system is limited, so you don't have a lot of expression to do what you want. That's why you see a lot of people do the same shit, because that's all there is to do. And for some reason, I don't find a lot of satisfaction in just hitting one button to do moves. Like, for a fighting game. I mean, I don't mind it in like Ease, where the attack button is just one button. That's fine. Because in an action RPG, I don't expect a super complex, fighting game system. It'd be awesome if it was, but anyways, but yeah, this is just, you can literally perform half your tool set with just one button. Like, some moves don't even need motions, they're just a direction. I'm just like, okay, so you can just button. It's just one button or two, and it's not. You don't feel very good about doing it. You don't feel accomplished. You don't feel like, oh man, this is amazing. No, you feel like, damn, this is easy. I've had people tell me this, and then I've had people watch me play this game, and they've tried watching other people play, and it's like, and a lot of people have told me the same thing. They go, man, this game's boring to watch. Knowing that they know how it's played, they realize how easy it is to play. So everybody watches it and goes, oh, well, everybody just does the same thing because that's all you can do. So it gets boring to watch. The fact that spectators are telling you it's boring and they're not even the ones playing. So that already tells me right there that if they're getting bored, I can imagine, me as a player, how bored I'd be if if your spectators are bored. I've had multiple people tell me that, like about 2, 3, or 4, tell me that BlazBlue Cross Type Battle is extremely boring to watch. And it is. I don't like watching people play this game. It bores me to tears watching because you just see the same fucking shit. Even in the high level tournament play, they always exploit the same shit. It's just done with a different team. It's like, okay, instead of Team A, it's Team B doing the same bullshit. There's really nothing methodical about it. It's just exploit this one mechanic, sandwich your opponent so it's almost impossible for them to block, and then it just everybody has universal moves. Like, why does everybody have a fucking DP? I hate that every single goddamn person in this game has a universal DP. It makes characters have lack of creative identity because you're just giving them universal tools. Like, I don't mind like a parry mechanic, that's fine. Parry takes skill. But when you're just, again, a DP move, so everybody jumps, you always hit these 2 buttons to anti-air because you can't block in the air. It's like, what the fuck? What's up, Stefan? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, we're just talking right now. We're just talking about how fighting games are really boring. Like the newer ones, especially like Arc System Works fighting games, how pretty lame they've been lately. I thought you were the same Stefan. I thought you were the math guy. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong person. I thought that was your name on there. But yeah, fucking BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle is lame. It's boring. I can't play this game. Yeah, but I cannot stand watching people play this game. It just pisses me off. And what pisses me off the most is it's characters I love. I love the franchises. I love the characters. I can't stand the game. Like, the game it has everything I want. Okay, no worries, Stefan. Good to see you, man. You take care, okay? I'm not going to be on much longer. I'm getting sleepy. I'm going to stream a little later, probably. But yeah, Guilty Gear 2020, man. Just, we'll see. I'm hoping. If it's like Million Arthur Arcana Blood, I don't mind it. Because in my opinion, Million Arthur did it in the right way. Granted, Million Arthur, there's some quirks about it I don't like. But it's still overall a solid fighting game. It just sucks that nobody plays it and nobody likes it. but it's also due to one, it's too expensive. Two, nobody knows what it is. Three, they released it without telling anybody really. And four, the netcode is ass. So it pretty much dug its own grave. But the game itself is still a very, very good game. I enjoyed it a lot. And that's why I made so many combo videos of it. Uploaded the whole soundtrack because I was really excited about the game. And it came on PS4, man. When Million Arthur came on PS4, I was a pig in shit. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, this game is amazing. I couldn't stop playing it. I just enjoying just taking it all in. Just learning the characters, learning how the mechanics work, learning the game itself, and realizing, like, this is a damn good fighter. Yeah, you love my rants. But yeah, Million Arthur again is a definite gem. I just wish I wish they would fix all the problems with it. Like, this should have been a perfect port, but it wasn't. It was a cheap port. They charge too much. They need to put in all the colors, fix the censorship, and fix the goddamn netcode. If they can just fix all those things and fix like the performance issues, I guess there's performance issues with this game. For some reason, not optimized well. Well, for me, it's fine, but yeah, if they can fix all these problems, the game would have been much better, and they should have kept it at $30. It was going to be originally $30 on launch, which I would be like, okay, that's fair. And when they jumped it to 40, I was like, really, guys? $40? Are you fucking kidding me? I wasn't too happy about that. I think 40 for this game was really pushing it. They were asking a bit too much for $40. Even Nitro Plus Blasters, which is made by the same team, when it launched, I think it was $20, and it was amazing for $20. But yeah, it sucks that this game didn't get much love. Like, even my friend that used to play this game, he gave up on it. He doesn't play it anymore. He doesn't stream it anymore. He completely tossed this game to the side. He replaced it for what did he replace? Game did he replace? I think he replaced it for Samurai Showdown. Samurai Showdown, he streams it every week now, and that. Oh, I see. I see. That's why. Yeah, I was pretty popular when Guilty Gear Xrd, Rev 1 and Rev 2 came out. I was getting pretty big. People were noticing my content. I got known for my combo videos. I think I'm like, if you look my name up, like if you look like Guilty Gear Xrd combo videos, like for certain characters, I'm pretty close to number 1 on the search list. I know some of my videos have like the largest viewership. So it's nice seeing that, people like your work. So I do plan to do Guilty Gear Xrd, Guilty Gear the new one. I'm gonna make combo videos for it too. I'll figure out shit and then make combo videos, and then I'll probably be a big thing. I tried doing combo videos for this one too, and tried to push the soundtrack, and just nobody was buying it. I tried. I really tried pushing this game. I tried hard, but nobody cares about it. Sucks when the game fails that you love. Really, really shitty feeling. But I enjoyed this game for what it is. I mean, I'll probably play it again time to time. But it's one of those things. This game is dead. This game, the minute it came out, the timing was terrible. I was like, yeah, this game just buried itself. This game was not going to make it. You put it right next to Samurai Showdown, you're just asking for a death wish. And then they tried to push it at Evo, and hardly anybody joined. Like they said, I think they even paid for all they paid for the prize pool, and they paid for all the entry fees, and only 40 people signed up. Like 40, that's it. Like that's shit. That just shows you how little people were interested in the game. It sold really bad. I think they said like in Japan, this game sold like 5,000 copies or something like that. It was pretty abysmal. Like 5,000 for a Japanese PS4 release is terrible. That is absolute ass. Thinking to myself, man, they probably barely broke even on the port. It wasn't even worth it to them. It's like that's fine. Hey, people like you for who you are, and that's what matters. It's nice when you have genuine fans that like the things you like because they like you for who you are. It's hard to find people that aren't just lemmings. And look, for example, when I stopped playing Final Fantasy XI, a lot of my fan base left me because I don't play it anymore. What's up, Artemis? How you doing? I'm just talking a bit before I go to sleep. I'm getting tired. But yeah, this. Eh. Well, I'll be honest. I'm kind of burned out on fighting games. That's why I haven't been playing them. That's why I've been playing other stuff. Like, I want to play the new Guilty Gear just because I'm aching for a new Guilty Gear. But you sent me a Shantae giveaway. What on? What on Twitter? Didn't even. I don't even see one. You sent me something on Twitter or what? Didn't even see it, dude. I didn't. I don't see it, dude. You sure? I am on my Twitter right now. I don't see it. Messages? No, nothing. I don't have any messages. I don't have anything, dude. Yeah, it's not on my profile page. When did you send it? I don't see it at all. Yep, I don't see shit, dude. Yeah, go ahead. Link it. I don't care. I don't block people for linking. Oh, the enamel pin. Yeah, I've seen this. It's a little pin. Run before. I retweeted. Thanks for telling. Thanks for telling me though, dude. Yeah, I've already. It's just an enamel pin. I mean, it's nothing major. I thought it was a copy of the game. Like, if it was a copy of the game, physical copy, I would be like, oh yeah, definitely on that. It's just a little pin. I mean, I get one, whatever. Just one person's gonna get it. What 3,500 people have retweeted it, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get it. Just being honest, it's one of those. Yeah, probably not gonna get it, dude. Just being honest. Realistic expectations. Oh man, about to go to bed in like 10 minutes. Just letting you guys know. I'm getting sleepy. Oh shit. Oh man, no games coming out till next week. Probably just gonna be playing Ease until next week, and then I'll switch over to Minoria. After Minoria is gonna be River City Girls is the week after, and after that's gonna be Grandia, and after Grandia is gonna be something else next. Oh yeah, Ease. That's cool. Yeah, I just got home not too long ago from work, about 3 hours ago. Waku Waku Sweet? Oh, that's stupid. Shit. Yeah, there's supposed to be like a bunch of stuff got announced today. I'm noticing why there was a bunch of like, yeah, the Gamescom. There's like a shit ton of information that got put out today. So I was wondering why Gematsu and all them were just full of announcements. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything that caught my eye. Nothing amazing. Yeah, I don't see anything like amazing. Not yet, at least. Yeah, Momodora was amazing. I love Momodora. I beat Momodora. I beat Momodora 4 twice. Beat Momodora 3 once. I didn't. 2 and 1 are kind of archaic. I was like, okay, they're okay, but 3 was decent. But you can tell the game really like the true evolution was 4. 4 was a big evolution. Yeah. Nope. I don't care. I don't give two fucks about Final Fantasy VIII. I don't like. I'm not a Final Fantasy fan anymore. I stopped playing Final Fantasy, to be honest. I don't care about it anymore. I don't care about 8. I don't care about 7. I don't care about. Like, 7 as an action game sounds interesting, but it's an episodic game. It's going to be super expensive. It's gonna have a shit ton of episodes. I'm gonna be like, whatever. Me, it's I just don't care about Final Fantasy anymore. There's a lot of games that are like mainstream or just like old classics that I just don't care about anymore. You know, they were fun back in the day. Not saying they weren't, but I don't miss like turn-based JRPGs are not really on my radar anymore. The only ones I play just because there's never been like subsequent games made is Grandia. You know, Grandia was a great game. It still is. The combat system was revolutionary because no other RPG tried to use it. I'm surprised no one tried to make a spiritual successor, or you know, really to go to town with it. That's one turn-based RPG I can always get behind because the combat was so enjoyable. Just something about it, just the way things came out, the way things moved, the way things sounded. Just oh man, it was very pleasurable. Ease 10? No. Ease is never going to be turn based. It's always going to be freaking action. Ease 9 looking amazing, man. Ease 9 is next month, man. 5 weeks away, man. Can't wait for Ease 9, dude. Ease 9 is. Oh, my God. Give it to me, Ease 9. Just give it to me. Just. Oh, my God. Just fill me with goodness. Like, I want the Ease 9 goodness. That's what I want. Give me the Ease 9 goodness. That's what I want. So I'm playing Ease 8 because I'm trying to get my body ready for Ease 9. Yeah, I'm still strongly debating it. I'm still the only way I'm gonna for sure not gonna get it is if they make an announcement saying, "Oh, it's coming to the states. You know, going to be a fairly fast release." And I'll be like, "Okay, I'll wait. You know, I can wait." But if it's gonna be like, "Oh, it's gonna be another year or year and a half before it comes to the states," I'll be like, "Ah, I don't want to wait that long." We'll see. I mean, I'm just surprised that nobody's made an announcement, you know, for a localization. No one said. Usually they do it around the time the Japanese release hits. You would hear that, oh yeah, we got the license for it. You know, we're going to be bringing it out. Unless it could be. I mean, it's possible. It's one of those games where they're just not going to release it here in the states. You know, I don't think Ease 8 sold extremely well in the states. Maybe they just said, you know what, we're not gonna dub it anymore. Because I have a feeling they spent a lot of budget on that dub, like more than probably what they wanted to. Because I was kind of surprised it got dubbed. I really thought it would just be, you know, English subtitles. I'd prefer to play the game in English, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just said nope, Japanese only. Sorry, because Falcom is just a really small company. You know, they don't mind. You know, text in English is one thing. You know, putting the whole thing in English is another. You know, the older games they can port to Steam and put them in English because it's like not a big deal. You know, it doesn't cost them that much. But doing a full blown game, all audio in English, along with English translation, that's a lot more money. I think Ease 8 was more expensive because of that. But it didn't sell that many copies. I think like Steam it sold like 20,000 copies. Jack shit. 20,000 for a US Japanese US RPG release is pretty garbage. It sold 500,000 like worldwide, which is a lot for them. But I don't think their American market is that big. Like the game is more popular in Japan than it is here. Like there's not many US fans.
Most people don't even know what ease is. Like, you tell them what ease is, they look at you like you're crazy. The fuck is ease? I'm like, ease has been around Final Fantasy, man. It's been around since, like, it's been around since Nintendo. On the Famicom. But most people, you tell them what ease is, they'll look at you like, what the fuck is that? What is this monstrosity you speak of? They probably laugh at you. People at work I've talked to that play video games, nobody knew what ease was. They were talking about RPGs and like, oh man, because they talk about Final Fantasy and um, Kingdom Hearts, all the mainstream, Square Enix shit, like all of it. But the minute he's like, oh man, you talked about ease, and like, what the fuck is ease? I'm like, oh, yeah, seriously. Like, what is this? Some hobo? Is that some hobo cheap RPG? Like, like, no, it's an amazing game that you probably will never play because you don't appreciate good games. Most people you have to understand with Donald Duck and Ease. Heck no, man. It's called selling out, dude. I want Ease to sell out. I want Ease to be a great game and just being a great game. That's all it needs to be. Just be Ease. Be. I respect Team Nihon Falcon. I love them. I think they're a great company. They have a very talented staff. And if the majority of the world doesn't know who they are, doesn't give a fuck, or thinks they're terrible, let them. Because I still support it. I still love them. They have a loyal fan here that's willing to buy their game. Because I know their games are going to be good. Yeah, but people don't. You gotta understand. Not many people have an open mind like that. They don't have. They don't think in terms of that. They think of what's popular. What What is it that everybody else likes? What is it that everybody else um, thinks is the best? Because I have to think like everybody else. That's the majority of gamers now. Nobody cares to actually like things for their own independent thought. They have to like what everybody else is playing. So if Final Fantasy is the number one RPG, you have to play it because it's the number one RPG. Even though it might not be, it might just be okay, or it might be decent. It might be, pretty good, but it's not legend. We'll give certain games way too much credit just because of the name. Like Final Fantasy 15 is a perfect example. Is it a bad game? No. Is it a great game? No. It's an okay game. I give Square Enix credit for trying something different to make it an action-based RPG, which was nice. I still think it fell flat on its ass because it didn't know what it wanted to be, and the story was fucking garbage. You don't like single-player RPGs? Yeah, fucking Final Fantasy 15 was just mediocre. I gave that game like a 6, 6.5, maybe a 7, around there. Between 6 and 7, that's being nice. I didn't. I liked the direction. I mean, it was definitely way better than a turn-based Final Fantasy. I appreciated doing something different, but there was just some things about it where it's just like, this could have been done better. The story alone was just made me not want to play it. I didn't care about the main storyline. I thought it was eh. As far as like RPGs in general, yeah, the only RPGs I play now is Keys, Grandia, um, Tales. Tales was I am interested in the new Tales of Arise. That looks really good. Tales of Arise looks like that could be something great. I hope it's something good because it looks amazing. We'll see though. 6.5 is decent. Not a great score. It's not a bad score. It's not a great score. It's decent. It's one of those would try it out, but don't expect a lot. It's not one of those. It's not a, like, oh my god, like it's a keeper, or oh my god, this could possibly be one of the best games of the. No, it's just and I play a lot of There's a lot of games I've played recently that are You guys know this. I've played a lot of games that are I can list them out. Pico Pico, Freaking this game, This game was Cleo was decent. Like, this was okay. I pushed myself through it, but wasn't anything amazing. Even Clea, I gave it like a 7. I was like, it's good for what it is, but it's nothing beyond that. You know, it doesn't make me go, oh, I want to play it again, or oh man, I'm gonna play it again down the road. No, it's just I beat it. It was decent for what I paid for it. I'll never touch it again. Oh, Muse Dash is great. Muse Dash is a lot of fun. Muse Dash is really fucking fun. It's cute. It's got a lot of personality. I love the visual art style. It's amazing. The music's really catchy. It's not like the most hardest thing to play. I do like the difficulty in it though. It does crank up pretty good. But the game has a lot of charm. Like, the game is fun. It's satisfying to play. It's got good catchy music. It's a good game. Like, the base game for $3 is a steal. Because you get like 40 songs. Like, for the quality of the game that it is, it's worth the money. And I bought the DLC. I paid the $30 for the Justice Planned. And I didn't regret it. Like, this company deserves the money. I'm glad we're getting, free updates for as long as they support the game. So they're going to keep adding new songs, which is good. I mean, I'm glad that people are supporting the game. Like, the game is very, very good. I hope it gets updates for at least a year. I'd like to see tons of new songs. So when I come back to it, it's like, oh man, there's like 40, 50 new songs. I could run through them and go, oh man, this is fun. What did I put? 15 hours? So I put a good amount of time in this game. I'll go back to it again. But yeah, this game has a lot of charm. I love the visuals. The visuals are really good. The music is just catchy as shit. It's a rhythm game. Yeah, it's a dancing game. You ever do that? It's a rhythm game.
it's a rhythm game, dude. I thought you knew that. That's why I like it. It's a nice hybrid. Its own little thing. Like I said, the sprite work's really nicely done. But I like the fact that it's kind of like a platformer, but you're with music, and you're timing your beats to the music, but you also have to watch what's going on screen because there are some segments where you have to jump over things and avoid certain obstacles while you're dancing. So it's kind of like a pseudo platformer rhythm game, which is nice. Yeah, it would be. This would sell. This would sell really well on like Switch. Switch people would play this on Switch. It was originally Android and iOS. It came to Steam. Obviously, the Steam version looks better. It's got 1080p graphics. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best rhythm games out right now. Just buy the base game, dude, for math. Oh, it's on Switch. Oh, it is on Switch. Never mind. Okay, if it's on Switch, then yeah, it's on the best platform for console. I can't really see this being on Xbox. This isn't. That can't. This doesn't look like an Xbox title. I don't think it would sell well. Not to that market. It's more for PS4 and Switch and PC. Not. I can't see this on Xbox. Yeah, buy the base game for $3, dude. It's $3 fucking. It's $3, man. Maft. You can afford $3. It is well worth the $3. You'll enjoy it. I enjoyed the game. Like I said, I played it for a good. The $33. Oh, I see. Okay, no problem. I understand. No worries. Yeah, I mean, I have money to buy games, so I'm still trying to get them on a deal. But this game had no promotion, so I have to pay full price. There's no like places you can get this cheap. It's this website or bust. You're gonna be spending at least $30 if you want the full game. I think the cheapest I've seen this on sale was $2 or $1.50 for the base game, and then like the DLC I think was on promotion one time for $20. But that's it. It's like the cheapest I've seen it. So $22 probably. I say, well, that's a little pricey. Yeah, just wait for the November sale for Thanksgiving sale is gonna come around the corner. Only 3 months away. No, it's almost September for God's sakes. Like seriously, we're almost in September, guys. Coming fast. Summer is almost over. Summer's been actually really cool. Surprised the weather's been cooler than I thought it. This summer was actually pretty easy. We got off easy this year. I have a feeling October things are gonna get cold, start to cool down, and then November it's probably gonna get really chilly. Well, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, get the whole game for $30, with all the DLC, with the updates being free, of course, which is, that's awesome. For $30, getting quite a game. It's worth it. Has a lot of replay value because of all the songs that they keep getting added. As long as the game gets supported. I mean, this could be around for another 2 years of updates, which is if it's 6 songs every month minimum,
That's what 72 songs a year extra that you get for free. I mean, it makes sense. I got to sell it for something. I can't just give it to you for free. Otherwise, people will just download the free version and never buy it. You gotta charge something. It's a smart model. It's like you're basically selling people the base game, and then you buy the expansion instead of just selling the whole game as $30, which won't sell as many copies because people are like, I don't want to spend $30 on this game. Whereas if you give them $3, you give them a taste of it, and they're like, ooh man, this is really good. Like, oh shit, you know what? Fuck it, here's the $30. People are more willing to spend that rather than you have to pay 30 up front. It's a good strategy. I'll be honest, after I played it and beat all the songs, I wanted to play more. So that made me, enticed me to buy the DLC. It's a good game. Definitely one of the best games I played this year. That's fine. Well, I hope you enjoy it. I mean, I try to show good games here. I know my tastes are not like the mainstream shit. Like the stuff you're gonna see on this channel is the weird stuff. You're gonna see stuff that's not well known. Most of the games I play here, people are gonna be like, "The fuck are all these games?" Like you don't see too many mainstream games in my list. Tekken's one. Tekken's definitely mainstream. Nino Kuni's kind of mainstream. Doom is definitely mainstream. Resident Evil's mainstream. Wolfenstein's mainstream. Final Fantasy, but I didn't care for this one that much. Shadow of the Tomb Raider's mainstream. Yeah, most of the games I play are not mainstream. I am too. I've been tired of it. I've been sick of mainstream. Been sick of mainstream for years. There's some, don't get me wrong, there's some good ones that do come out. I'm not saying they're all bad, but it's just a lot of them aren't great. They're just decent. Some do deliver, and then some just fall flat on their ass. Like, well, most of them fall flat on their ass. But there are good ones. So I can't sit there and say they're all bad. One of those things, you know? Groove Coast. Holy crap, this thing went downhill. I think I didn't buy this game. Oh, it's free? Everyone was telling me this game was great, but I looked at the reviews. I was like, this doesn't look very good. So I'm glad I didn't buy it. Eh, I'll pass. Doesn't honestly that enticing. Yeah, Rad came out good. Dark is good. I just don't pay the money for it. Tekken Kagura is a joke. Big ripoff. Yeah. Care about Gears 5, whatever. Well, yeah, that's with any game. I mean, I prefer the whole game to be great, but there's a lot of games that they don't hit every mark. Very few games you find where it's like, damn, it's good in every department. Those are the rare ones. Usually something suffers. Usually it's the gameplay that suffers. Yeah, I've seen games that have decent gameplay and then have horrible music. Sometimes just terrible graphics, uninteresting story, or just games that people think are good and I just think they're shit. You've seen how many games I think are shit that are mainstream. And then there's some games that majority think is shit, and I think is actually pretty good. You know, again, it's opinions subjective. So some people, I mean, I'm surprised a lot of people think some of the games I play are fucking total garbage. But it's just like, really? You think that game's garbage? You know, I think it's amazing, and then nobody likes it. But I think it's mainly because people are not exposed to it, or because because the majority is not talking about it, so it must not be good. Because people want to always be part of the in crowd. That whole that perception, having that image is important to people. Want to be accepted. You wish, Artemis. Shit. You see me playing PUBG, you know something's wrong. I must be like super depressed at that point. Let's call it either that or I'm selling out. Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep right now, okay? I'm getting really tired. I'm starting to doze off right now. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody. I don't know if I'm gonna be on later today. Let's see. I gotta go to the post office today. I gotta mail out a package. I forgot I sold something on eBay. I gotta get rid of it. I gotta mail it out. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I was like, oh shit, forgot. So I'm probably gonna get up and do it before I go to work. And I leave work early, 30 minutes. Go do that. Well, it's good seeing everybody. Thanks for joining. I was gonna play a little bit of Ease longer, but I'm too tired. But maybe Ease tomorrow. We'll see. It depends what time I wake up. If I wake up at 2, then I'm just gonna probably not even gonna stream tomorrow until the get back from work. So we'll see what happens. Alright, Artemis, the Maft, everybody else, you guys have a good morning or whatever. I'll see you guys either tomorrow when I wake up or tomorrow after work. So one of those days. If not, you'll see me later in the week. So take care, guys. Peace out.